Have you ever wondered what would happen if the world suddenly stopped? A question that might have crossed your mind in a moment of idle curiosity, but let's delve a little deeper into the science behind it. Our Earth, this colossal sphere of rock and water, spins on its axis at a speed of approximately 1,000 miles per hour. This rotation is so crucial to our daily existence that we often take it for granted. It's what gives us our 24-hour days and nights, the ebb and flow of the tides, and even the changing of the seasons. But let's imagine for a moment that this constant, reliable rotation just ceased. The immediate consequence would be quite literally earth-shattering. The law of inertia, as defined by Sir Isaac Newton, states that an object in motion tends to stay in motion. In this case, everything on the surface of the Earth that's not rooted firmly to the ground would continue moving eastward at high speeds. Picture this: buildings, trees, even the oceans, all flung into the air as the Earth beneath them comes to a sudden halt. The atmosphere itself, no longer bound by the Earth's rotation, would whip around the planet in violent winds that reach speeds of over 1,000 miles per hour. And what of us, the inhabitants of this suddenly still world? Those of us fortunate enough to survive the initial cataclysm would find ourselves in a world unrecognizable, a world where every familiar landmark has been obliterated and the once serene blue sky is now a swirling maelstrom of high-speed winds. It's a scenario straight out of science fiction, but it serves as a stark reminder of just how finely balanced our existence on this planet is. The Earth's rotation is just one of many factors that make life on this planet possible, and any disruption to it would have consequences far beyond our comprehension. But remember, this is just the beginning. It would be a catastrophic event, but the immediate physical effects are just the beginning. The true impact of a world at a standstill goes far beyond the immediate physical consequences. The Earth's rotation isn't just responsible for our day and night cycle, it's also the driving force behind our planet's magnetic field. Our planet wears an invisible cloak known as the magnetic field, generated by the swirling molten iron within Earth's outer core. This dynamic process, known as the Dynamo Effect, is directly influenced by the spinning of our globe. The magnetic field it creates is a silent guardian, shielding us from the relentless bombardment of solar radiation. Solar radiation, a stream of charged particles emitted by the sun, is a silent yet potent threat. With enough intensity, it can strip away a planet's atmosphere, leaving it barren and lifeless, much like our neighbor Mars. But thanks to our magnetic field, these particles are deflected, maintaining the delicate balance that allows life to flourish. Now imagine a world where this protective shield vanishes. This isn't a far-fetched scenario. If the Earth were to stop spinning suddenly, the dynamo effect would cease, causing our magnetic field to dwindle and eventually disappear. The immediate effects wouldn't be visible to the naked eye, but over time, the consequences would become increasingly dire. Our atmosphere would start to erode under the solar onslaught, leading to a gradual increase in harmful ultraviolet radiation reaching the surface. This could result in higher rates of skin cancer and other radiation-related illnesses in humans and animals alike. Moreover, our technology-dependent society would face significant disruptions. Satellites, which are crucial for communication, weather forecasting, and navigation, could be damaged by the heightened solar radiation. This could lead to widespread blackouts and a potential collapse of global communication networks. In the longer term, the loss of the magnetic field could lead to more drastic changes. The continued erosion of the atmosphere could cause our oceans to evaporate and our once blue planet to become a barren wasteland. Without our protective shield, life as we know it would face significant challenges. The loss of the magnetic field would not only threaten our health and technology, but could potentially make our beloved planet uninhabitable. So, let's take a moment to appreciate the silent, invisible force that keeps us safe every day. So, we've survived the initial cataclysm and the solar radiation. What's next? Well, welcome to the new climate reality. Suddenly, the Earth's familiar weather patterns would be thrown into utter confusion. The planet's rotation no longer drives the winds and currents that we're accustomed to. Instead, a new climate system would emerge, one defined by extremes. Imagine a world with a never-ending day on one side and a perpetual night on the other. The side of the Earth facing the sun would be scorched by unending sunlight. Temperatures would soar, making the surface uninhabitable. Deserts would spread across the landscape, and bodies of water would evaporate, creating an arid, lifeless wasteland. Meanwhile, on the dark side of the Earth, an eternal night would reign. Without the warmth of the sun, temperatures would plummet, plunging this half of the world into a deep freeze. Bodies of water would turn to ice, and landscapes would be covered in a blanket of snow and frost. But that's not all. The stark temperature difference between the day and night sides would generate intense winds, whipping up violent storms across the twilight zone, the narrow band between light and dark. These storms would be unlike anything we've seen before, with hurricane-force winds and torrential rain. Even the oceans wouldn't escape the chaos. Without the Earth's rotation to drive ocean currents, the sea's surface would stagnate, disrupting marine ecosystems and potentially causing mass fish die-offs. The deep ocean, however, might remain relatively stable, providing a potential refuge for life. The new climate patterns would test the resilience of all life forms. Plants and animals would need to adapt quickly or face extinction. Humans, too, would face incredible challenges. Our agricultural systems would collapse, and finding fresh water could become a daily struggle. In this harsh new world, survival would be a constant struggle. In this static world, could life adapt and continue? A question that's been echoing in the minds of many, and the answer isn't as bleak as you might think. Let's take a moment to marvel at the resilience of life as we know it. Life on Earth has proven to be a tenacious force, persisting through 5 mass extinctions, each one drastically altering the planet's environment. Yet, life found a way to adapt, evolve, and thrive once again. In our still world, the same resilience would be called upon. The drastic changes, the loss of a magnetic field, the climate chaos, all of these would force life on Earth to adapt in ways that we can scarcely imagine. But adapt it would. Consider the extremophiles, organisms that thrive in extreme environments, from the scalding vents of the deep sea floor to the freezing, arid conditions of Antarctica. These creatures have adapted to conditions that would be instantly fatal to most forms of life. In the ocean's abyss, where sunlight doesn't reach and temperatures are near freezing, life has found a way. Creatures like the anglerfish and giant squid have evolved to survive and even thrive in these harsh conditions. So in a world that has come to a standstill, it's not unreasonable to think that life could carve out a niche for itself. It might not resemble the life we know today, but life in some form would persist. The challenge of adaptation would be monumental, of course. Organisms would need to evolve rapidly, altering their genetic makeup to survive in a drastically different environment. But life has shown time and again that it is capable of such feats. In this still world, life would continue in its own way, shaped by the new and harsh conditions. Species would evolve, ecosystems would shift, and the planet would be a testament to the enduring power of life. Life finds a way, but it would be a dramatically different existence, a testament to the power of life's resilience and adaptability, even in the face of unimaginable change. In the face of such a bleak scenario, is there any silver lining? It might seem hard to fathom at first, but let's delve into this thought. If the world were to come to a standstill, we might see some unexpected positive outcomes. One of the most immediate and noticeable effects would be the elimination of destructive weather patterns. We're talking about hurricanes, tornadoes, cyclones that have wreaked havoc on our planet for centuries. These weather phenomena are a direct result of the Earth's rotation, with the Coriolis effect playing a significant role. No rotation would mean no Coriolis effect, and thus no hurricanes or tornadoes. And it's not just the violent weather patterns that would vanish. The rotation of the Earth causes our daily weather changes. If the planet stopped spinning, weather would become much more predictable, possibly making life easier for farmers and those who rely heavily on weather conditions for their livelihood. But there's more. A still world would offer a new perspective on our place in the universe. with half the planet perpetually exposed to the cosmos, we would get an uninterrupted view of the star-studded sky. This could lead to significant advancements in space exploration and astronomy, as we would have a clearer, unobstructed view of the universe. However, we must remember that these benefits come with a hefty price tag. Life as we know it would change dramatically. The challenges would be unparalleled, from coping with extreme temperatures to dealing with a world divided into perpetual darkness and constant light. Yet, these challenges could also open up unique opportunities for innovation and adaptation. Humanity has always been resourceful in the face of adversity, and a still Earth might just be another challenge for us to conquer. A still Earth would be a radically different place, posing unparalleled challenges and opportunities. But for now, let's be thankful for our spinning home.